I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting. June 6, 2012, council chamber, 7:30 p.m. And I'd like to also make note that Council Rempel is not here on for personal reasons, and Council Fuel is at the school giving out awards tonight, so that's the reason why he's not here. First item on the agenda is Pastor Phil Atkins from the Alliance Church. Say a prayer. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. This morning I'd like to read a scripture and offer a prayer which are the same. A prayer of an obscure person in the Old Testament called Jabez, who prayed for blessing upon his community. I'll pray that prayer for us tonight. Oh, that you would bless us and enlarge our territory. Let your hand be with us and keep us from harm so that we may be free from pain. Amen. And scripture goes on to say, and God granting his request will be so for us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Doctrine agenda, any additions?
Nothing, Your Worship.
Councilor Rocky?
Your Worship, under 8.5, Alberta Cup. Okay, it's all yours.
Yes, Councilor Hampton?
I have nothing, Your Worship.
Councilor Best?
I have nothing, Your Worship.
Administration?
We added 8.6 box 1.
8.5. 8.6. What is 8? I don't have 8.5 on mine. Oh, those fancy addendums we always get.
Your Worship, just a point of order here. Was the Alberta Cup addition already? That's not administration?
Regular council meeting on the next page. Okay, thank you. Send the box around 8.6.
Yes, Your Worship.
So 8.5 and 8.6. Motion for adoption.
I would move to accept the agenda as amended.
All in favor? Carried. 4.1, adoption of the May 16-12 administration meeting. Excuse me for my voice, and there's something the matter in my throat, folks. I don't know what it is, but.
I move the council adopt May 16th, 2012 administration meeting minutes as presented.
All heard the motion, all in favor? Carried. 4.2, adoption of the May 16th. No one else speak at once.
I'll move that the council adopt May 16th, 2012 regular council meeting minutes as presented.
All in favor?
Your Worship, I was not at that meeting, so I can't vote on that.
All carried. No delegations. Bylaws, public hearing 6.1. Page 15. Asking to have it moved up for advertising reasons.
Your Worship, I would move that council reschedule the public hearing for bylaw 12-9 to June the 20th, 2012, commencing at 7:30.
You all heard the motion, all in favor? Carried. Reschedule 6.2. Now, you want to speak to this issue, please?
Thank you, Your Worship. We were asked to present an amendment to the existing bylaw, increasing the number of hours to better service the community for watering from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. each of the watering days.
Any questions from council? I think we all have discussed that. Looking for a motion.
I move the council give first reading to bylaw number 12-12.
You all heard the motion. Any further discussion? Not all in favor? Carried.
Move the council give second reading of bylaw number 12-12.
I'll hear the motion. All in favor? Carried.
And I would move that council give third and final reading to bylaw 12-12.
Your worship,
Yes.
we must have unanimous consent.
Did we not have an unanimous?
Your worship, you have to have a motion to that effect.
Oh, okay. That's great. We need that motion.
Move that council give unanimous consent to bylaw number 12-12.
All in favor? Carried.
And then, your worship, I would move that council give third and final reading to bylaw 12-12.
All in favor? Carried. Thank you, Mel. 8-1 CO Distinguished Service Award, page 21. We have a fine gentleman sitting in our audience who's been working here for some number of years, I believe 20 years right now, approximately. Mr. Dwight Stanford has received a 212 CAMA Distinguished Service Award for his years of dedicated service to municipal governments at a seniors level. The president of CAMA, Mr. Tim Toy, has sent a letter to myself requesting assistance in recognizing Mr. Stanford on his ongoing support of the municipal profession and for the part he plays in the continued success of CAMA as a leading organizer in fostering and sustaining municipal excellence. And for that, I congratulate you on behalf of myself and council. And we have a plaque here.
Yes, and your worship, this is the plaque that Dwight was presented with at FCM.
Sweet.
And congratulations on behalf of everybody.
Your worship, I would move that council recognize and congratulate Dr. Dwight Stanford, the CAO for the town of Strathmore, as the 2012 recipient of the CAMA Dedicated Service Award.
I'll hear the motion. That is the motion, right?
Absolutely.
All in favor? Carried.
Good job, Dwight.
8, Peace Officer and Municipal Enforcement Service of the MOU. I had read that over, and the only thing I wanted to add was the 30-day clause in there. I know it's an MOU, but it still should be in there for.
Yes, your worship, and we have that as an amendment, and we'd like to add in after clause number 14, by providing 30 days written notice. So the entire clause would read, notwithstanding section 12 of this agreement, any party may terminate or suspend this agreement without cause by providing written notice to the other parties within 30 days. With 30 days written notice.
Any other questions from council on the MOU? To administration? Not looking for a motion.
Your worship, just one question. What are the benefits that we should be able to see with this MOU?
There's lots of really good benefits. For example, during Heritage Days, the peace officer from the county would come in and help us on traffic and various items. Possibly on Canada Day, other major events. Canada Day is probably not a good one because the gay rodeo is that same time. So there's people out there, people at the parking lot. And then if they need help out there one day in the county, our peace officers or one or two would go out and help out there. I think it's terrific.
That is a rodeo of alternate lifestyles.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, any other comments? Not? We're looking for a motion.
I'd move the council accept the MOU with amendments between Wheatland County and the town of Strathmore to share peace officer and municipal enforcement services for the purposes of conducting joint traffic operations in line with Road Safety Vision 2010 by working together, providing assistance to each other and for the safety of peace officers in both municipalities.
I'll hear the motion. Any further questions? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you, Linda. 8.3, page 31.
Your Worship, the Strathmore Minor Soccer Federation is requesting a buildable development permit fee waiver for the placement and construction of 3 sheds, and that would be located on the new soccer pitch site in the Ranch subdivision. And just for council's information, it has been common practice for past councils to waive fees for these types of projects where the request is coming from a nonprofit organization and the project benefits the community. And we are asking that council waive the fees for development permit number 12/B-100 in the amount of $100, and the fees for building permit number 12-109 in the amount of $100 for a total amount of $200.
Any comments or questions? Yes? Councilor Rector.
Your Worship, through to Linda, what's these 3 sheds for? Is that for soccer?
It's for, yes, absolutely, probably for storage of equipment.
Inside the fence, inside the fence with?
Yes.
What is the liability factor on these if they blow away, don't hit somebody? Who's responsible?
They would be their sheds. This is their,
So they're liable for the, have they got insurance on them, is what I'm saying, so that we're,
I'm sorry, I don't have that information right now.
I would like to see that they do,
Okay.
and that we're not responsible for the maintenance of them either. Would be my recommendation. Is council in agreement with it? Especially with the liability, if they blow away and hit somebody, or tear a yard apart or something. Council Best, you got it?
So could we add that the town be held harmless?
Yes.
Or-
I just wanted to thank Linda for covering that this has been done for other societies as well, and that it is practice that the town has had already, and because of that, I certainly would support this.
Your Worship, I think it's pretty neat that the soccer association have put so much money, done so much work out there. Lots of towns, the town ends up doing it all. And they've done this, so I really support this motion.
With those amendments, is that okay with those amendments, council?
Yeah, I don't know what it has to do with this. I don't, because this is, all this is a request to waive development.
Yeah, but we can put it in there, it doesn't matter. Where else are we gonna put it?
Where would we put it though? In the permit?
In a letter?
Okay, whatever, that's fine.
In a letter?
Yeah. I move the council waive the fees for development permit 12/100 in the amount of $100, and the fees for building permit number 12-109 in the amount of $100 for a total amount of $200.
And no recorded letter, huh? Or-
I'm sorry, and that an addition be placed on the development permit which indicates we are not to be held liable for any damage caused by these buildings.
Excuse me. Council Best?
Just on a friendly amendment, Your Worship, I would like to see that the last part of that be stricken from the motion and given to administration as direction.
Condition of development.
Yeah, rather than showing here.
Doesn't matter, as long as it's someplace.
I have no problem with that.
Thank you.
All in favor? Carried.
Thank you, Your Worship.
8.4, page 35. Welcome, Jason.
Good evening. Back in 2009, the town signed an agreement for potable water servicing with the City of Calgary and the town of Strathmore. That agreement was dated and expired in December of 2009, but was then considered to have been carried forward from that point to the current date. The City of Calgary and the town of Strathmore provided us with, the City of Calgary's lawyers and legal team provided us with a new interim amending agreement, providing for a 1-year extension of that original agreement. basically from the date of execution until such time as Strathmore, Chestermere, and the City of Calgary create a new master servicing agreement, or otherwise until the city creates a new wholly owned subsidiary assuming responsibility for servicing the regional municipality. There were no other terms of the original agreement being proposed for amendments. It's fairly straightforward. This was just a one-year agreement extension of the current agreement.
Is it common that we only do this for 1 year?
It has been.
I guess my question would be is why would we do this annually rather than extending it, because we know we're going to have it anyway?
The 1 year aspect of this has been, recently, the city is looking at having a new agreement created. So they're anticipating that they're going to have a new master servicing agreement that will be created within the year. So I'm expecting that clause number 2 will be what will determine the new term for a new agreement. And at this point, it looks as though that will be likely a 5-year agreement with the city. There are some rules and regulations within the utilities board that puts restrictions on how long those agreements can be. And I believe the 5 years is the current recommendation to avoid having to go in front of the board and having a board review for the utility agreement.
Okay, do we have any idea of what the amendment will be?
We've been giving a lot of feedback into the agreement. At this point, I don't have a whole lot of majorly significant concerns with what the new master servicing agreement will be. It's been an ongoing process now for about a year since we had our first meeting with the city, and it's been held up. They're looking more at the wholly owned subsidiary servicing regional partners, but there's been some hold up with the province in getting that.
Okay.
So that will come obviously to council with an outline of what the changes are from our current agreement to the new agreement, but we're still working on what those details are.
And that's expected in a year's time?
Anticipated within the year.
Thank you.
And Councillor Minister, your question must go to the chair, please. Any other questions? None. So you want a motion, of course, for us to sign this?
I move that council approve the interim amending agreement to the potable water service agreement with the City of Calgary and the Town of Chestermere, and the Mayor and CAO are authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the town.
You all have the motion. There's no further questions. All in favor? Carried. Nothing from administration on 9. Or what are we missing? We are missing 8-5. Alberta Cup.
Hi, Your Worship. Council has been informed over the last couple of months that the town of Strathmore would support Strathmore minor hockey in regards to bringing in a major tournament for 2013 and 2014. They have been tentatively awarded that with a few conditions, a few letters of support and confirmation letters from the town. One of the sticking points is the press box is not suitable the way it is currently. That will require some expansion up there, and keep in mind this is not strictly for this tournament only. There's actually another tournament besides this tournament that's going to happen, and the two main hockey clubs that are using the arena, the Strathmore Wheat Kings and the Bisons, it would benefit them as well. Having said all of that, I would like to make a motion that council approve the proposal to host the 2013 and 2014 Alberta Cup, and that the cost for this do not exceed $10,000 for the press box and $2,000 for the wireless internet and hardwired internet stuff that has to go into the arena.
All in the motion, any further discussion? Councillor Best?
Your Worship, I think that as far as this motion, the town is trying to bring better and bigger events to town, and such as the Winter Games and the Seniors Games. And I think that doing something like this only helps in our efforts to do those kind of things. I think with the bigger press box, we're accommodating the types and sizes of tournaments that we can bring in, and I certainly do appreciate that, and therefore I'm certainly behind this.
Any further comments? I know that in my experience over the 30 years that, 35 years I've been here, that many of these events, including Heritage Days, Agra, and a few other major events, have always sold a house or two to in the community, and that I can prove it by in sales. So over a long term, it really does pay off for the benefit of all the community. No further comments? None. Now there's a motion. All in favor? Carried.
Was there a motion?
Yeah, you made the motion.
I missed the motion.
Okay. Council reports? Sorry, box run. I don't like these amendments to the amendments.
Your Worship, just wanted to mention that this past Saturday, Councillor Fuel attended the Best Western Inn for the box run, and this is a fellow Mike Strange, who is running across Canada to raise money for children's cancer. And Councillor Fuel just wanted me to mention that if anybody in the public would like to go on his website, it is www.boxrun.ca, and he is encouraging the public to visit his website and consider making a donation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Committee reports. Councilor Sobel.
Family Center, there was no meeting held in May for the Strathmore Weekend Addiction Team. A short meeting was held on May 3rd. The main topics dealt with the two information signs that this group has sponsored over the first part of 2012. The contract with the sign company ends at the end of June, and it will be decided in the near future as to whether these signs, which is focuses on changing some attitudes, will be restarted in September. Strathmore Golf Course Arts and Rec Foundation meeting was held May 23rd. More and more performing arts and groups interested in performing in a performing arts center are showing up at these meetings. The name for this specific project is now called ARC, stands for Arts and Recreational Committee, ARC. It's also announced that 2 members of the Strathmore Lions have been designated to deal with the ARC in regards to the 5-car bingo. Lastly, it was emphasized that the group would very much like to work with Strathmore and District Arts Council, and Hope Bridges representative Marvin Hilton, who was present, confirmed that his group will be working in this regard in the near future. Hope Bridges Society Community Arts Center feasibility study. Speaking of which, the group responsible for the Hope Bridges feasibility study met on May 30th in order to move forward with the creation of an arts council. In addition to this group, about 15 other persons attended, and it's clear that there's ample support for the creation of this council, which will focus on representing the needs and interests of all local arts groups. After significant discussions, a meeting was set for actually tonight, June 6th, at which time a committee will be formed to take on this task. As this is the official end of the Hope Bridges Community Arts Center feasibility study, no further reports in this regard will be forthcoming. Certainly, however, I look forward to the formation of the Arts Council and hope that they intend to have a close relationship with this council. And lastly, for Strathmore Assembly for Youth, a meeting was held on May 9th of this year with the mayor and myself attending. The majority of the discussion centered around questions the youth had in regards to the town's land use policies and bylaw. That's all I have for committees this month, Your Worship.
Thank you. Councilor Rocky.
Worship, attended with them's a meeting May 7th. Usual business was taken care of. Operations report call volume up 5.7% from last year. As of that date, there were 1,025 calls. Ambulance building renos and repairs close to being done. Union negotiations at a standstill on their new contract. It was mentioned the Victim Services Emergency Golf Tournament, June 22nd. Denza's sending a letter to MLA Jason Hale for a joint meeting with him regarding Alberta Health Services contracts and funding agreements. Interesting note came up at that meeting. Some of us didn't know, but STARS is 100% fully funded for every call they fly out to by the provincial government. Next meeting, June the 4th, which I attended here the other night. Audited financial reports were presented and accepted. Call volumes were still going up. They're at 1,236 now. Interesting note made at the meeting, next year is the 25th anniversary of Odenza. The board's looking for ideas to showcase this organization as they've done a fine job over the 25 years. Union negotiations still at a standstill as no news from Alberta Health Services regarding the future 5-year funding. Fire department rescue with Odenza, there's some minor problems which I just caught myself here, I can't comment on. A special emergency meeting getting called next week for Tuesday night regarding this. That's about it for Odenza. I was unable to attend Handybus meeting May 28th due to business problems that arose on May 26th. I did attend the United Way meeting May 17th. The entire meeting dealt with needs assessment, overview, and policy. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Did you say that the STARS is 100% funded by the...
On their calls fly out.
So where does the money that we donate go to?
I'm not sure if that was discussed at that meeting. Maintenance operations meeting.
Councillor Hamilton.
Yeah, very briefly, your worship, I only had one meeting that I could attend due to other personal reasons. On May 20th, we had an executive meeting with the Chamber of Commerce, and it was discussed that Jason Hale approached the Chamber of Commerce requesting him to rent space there, and that was passed, and there was an amount presented which was accepted, and we're just waiting for finalization of that. The other committee meetings I couldn't attend, like I said, due to personal reasons.
Thank you. Councillor Best.
I do wish my report's a little longer this month than normal. The Happy Gang, a report was given on our new MLA Jason Hale. I was asked by them as far as the letters on the front of the building which are loose and the large pothole on the road leading to the Walmart and a ramp at the front of the building. I've since had these confirmed by our Director of Engineering that these will be taken care of. Motion was made to join the new Alberta Association for Senior Centres and to send a delegate to the first annual meeting in this fall, and that was approved and passed, and we will be sending someone to the Alberta Association for Senior Citizens. And the next meeting is June 12th at 1:30 p.m. This is a new start time for them. They've moved their start time back 15 minutes to see if they can get more members out to their meetings. Community Futures Wild Rose, the regular meeting was May the 4th. The Chinook Entrepreneur Challenge is the most successful this year, and as far as 19 registrants from our area alone participated in this. I was fortunate enough to be one of the judges who went over the business plans, and one of the business plans that was given to me made it to the final 3. First place in this is $10,000 for the new business, and second and third get $2,000. The operating plan for 2012 and 13 was accepted, and the Youth Entrepreneur Camp is up, and Your Worship, this is a very successful endeavor in that it takes kids from 15 to 18 and helps them to become entrepreneurs. They go to this camp and they learn about how and the best way of doing that, and at the end they have a little workshop where they sell the items which they're putting forward. It's a very worthwhile endeavor, and I would like to see more kids from our area apply for this through Community Futures Wild Rose in order to try and make their way to this youth entrepreneur camp. The next meeting will be held on June the 21st. That will be the annual general meeting and a regular meeting starting at 6 p.m. at the Strathmore station. Wheatland Housing had their meeting on May the 17th at 7 o'clock. All internal reports were accepted. Wheatland Housing also has a new website, www.wheatlandhousing.com. I would encourage everyone to look at this new information tool and learn more on Wheatland Housing. There's also an upcoming resident family barbecue to be held July 12th, which all the members of the board will be attending and serving. The next meeting is June 21st at 7 o'clock. WFCSS, a regular meeting was held on the 23rd. Reviewed the audit with the auditor. We also reviewed and accepted policy changes and discussed emergency response procedures. Their next meeting is June 21st at 7 p.m. There was no names committee or audit committee, and that's my report.
Thank you. I'd like to commend council for all their good reports, taking out their time to do all these reports. It takes a lot of time, I know that, including the councilors that aren't here. I attended the conference in Saskatoon last week with the administration and Councillor Best, and found it very interesting that this is for all the communities across Canada, and found it very interesting. Of course, they all have the same sort of problems, i.e. nobody's got any money. The federal government won't give them any, and the provincial government won't give them any, and they don't have any money of their own, just like we. No different. Also the same sort of problems. Stormwater. Saskatoon's got a tremendous stormwater issue, and found it interesting that they don't have to put it to drinking water quality to dump it back into the Saskatchewan River, and we do upriver, which is kind of alarming to me. But anyway, all in all, it was a good conference, and quite enjoyed it. But also like to commend our staff here, Jennifer Slawski, for the effort you put into your barbecue contest, and we are, I understand, almost in first place, and that is something tremendous for the community. We could win $25,000, and I would ask Jennifer, what could we all win here? Maybe you can
Sure. If we win first place, we can win, well, first of all, a barbecue for 5,000 people in our community, a concert by Headland, a chance to set a world record, and $25,000 for a children's nutrition program in the community.
Sweet.
Pretty big stakes.
I mean, if people don't realize what that could bring if we did get first place, 5,000 people, the community would be buzzed for the day, and what that would do for the community in itself, and just for name recognition, if nothing else. And very low cost to the taxpayer, some staff time. So really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I'll be attending the 4-H sale in Rockyford this weekend, hoping to support the rural community as we do every year. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. Thank you very much. And I haven't been to any CRP meetings. The one's coming up here this Friday, which I can't attend again. Councillor Best.
The only other thing on this, Your Worship, if we could have our CAO give us some type of report on the article that was in Venture Magazine.
Yes, Your Worship. We find to be one of the best communities to invest in Western Canada, and we were very successful. And there was an article in the Venture Magazine that just came out, and it's pretty neat because it's showing Ron Renault standing there and talking about how great the community is, how easy it is to work with the town administration council, and it's very, very positive. And for those that don't know him, he's come to council here a few times. He's the one that developed all that land where Walmart Totem and all that is, and then he sold that property, and he bought the property just east of George Freeman Trail, and he just got approval here. Council, he'll be putting some buildings up there, big commercial buildings, and he's got a lot of land there, so he'll be developing there. So anyway, with that, we're going to really advertise it. It's pretty neat when you've got a developer promoting it and saying good things compared to one of us saying that. So anyway, I'm really happy about that. We're going to try and get in some of the bigger papers, maybe Alberta-wide or whatever we can do on that. Also, we'll be using some of that material when we go to the Global Petroleum Show next week. And if you've seen any of the articles on it, it's massive. 60,000 people go through the gate. And it's not just anybody walking in off the street, because unless you've got a pass card, it's $125 to get in. And so anyway, that's really good. Also wanted to mention our building permits. I got the report here, and we're up $3 million from last year. So that's a good start. Also yesterday, we're very pleased, the Royal Bank came in. They've talked to us for quite a while, but they came in yesterday with a big roll of plans, that big around, and they'll start building soon. And they'll be building southeast of the Treasury branch on that area that's sort of marked out if you look there. So there'll be a new Royal Bank out there. They'll be starting on that pretty quick. Also on the property just south of the Days Inn, you remember there's a parcel there. I don't remember if it's an acre and a half, something like that. And on that parcel, there's going to be a little strip mall going in with some really nice stores. That's all I can say for right now. So anyway, commercial is picking up.
I'm going to add to that because I never heard the same rumors. Well, story as you. It's going to be one of the stores is going to be in competition to Tim Hortons.
No comment.
It doesn't tell you much. Councilor Best.
The only other thing I wanted to add, Your Worship, was in regards to the Venture Magazine article. I think our CAO was being a little timid and not saying that, according to the article, that we were first in that endeavor, being the best area for best small area for business.
If there's no further comments or questions,
I move to accept the committee reports, Your Worship.
all in favor? Carried.
Move to adjourn, Your Worship.
All in favor? 4 were opposed.